Ultimate Frisbee, one of the fastest growing sports on college campuses across the nation. Club teams are sprouting up everywhere, and even high schools are beginning to form their own teams. Although there are many students playing the sport, there are still others who think they know Ultimate but have been misled.
Ultimate Frisbee is like football, right? You throw a Frisbee, you have receivers, I'm guessing.
I really don't know that much about Ultimate Frisbee.
It's like football, but with a Frisbee, and once you catch it, you can't run after that. And it definitely plays to the taller people. They're much better at Ultimate Frisbee.
You use a Frisbee, and then you run around a lot.
I know when you catch the Frisbee, you only take like 2 steps. And that's it.
It's a really cool sport.
It's like rugby, back and forth. I don't know, it doesn't really stop play.
Yeah, you can't run with the Frisbee yet. It's
Very athletic. We used to play it in gym class.
yeah, you get really sweaty.
In gym class.
Get really into it. I think we covered
It
that.
hurts
It
if
was
the Frisbee
fun.
hits you. Throw the Frisbee down the field, I guess, and hope you complete it. Try and score touchdowns, I suppose. And if it hits the ground, you turn it over.
You try and get it, you either pass it or try and get it into a little metal ring thing. And that's all I know about Ultimate Frisbee.
All I know is that you throw a Frisbee to other people and you can't run.
Advance automatically the next round because the other team doesn't want to play you. I'd be like,
The sport of Ultimate originated in 1969 in Maplewood, New Jersey at Columbia High School by Joel Silver, a student who created what he believed to be the ultimate gaming experience. Ultimate Frisbee is a fast-paced game played by passing a Frisbee continuously down the field. The objective is to score in your opponent's end zone.
Typical score, you play up till is 15, but for time's sake during tournaments to fit a lot of games in, sometimes it goes down to 11 or to 13.
This idea of end zones often gives people the misconception that Frisbee is merely football with a disc, but this is not the case.
The only real comparison to football is the fact that the fields resemble each other, where there's end zones on each side, but the dimensions aren't the same, and none of the positions are the same. There's no downs. There's a kickoff, essentially, but that's about it.
Ultimate Frisbee version of a kickoff is called a pull. This is a long throw from one team to the other.
there you go, you got it, Trevor.
A pull is basically the kickoff. It's in a lot of different sports, but it's probably most similar to footballs, where one team's on one side, one team's on the other, and you throw the Frisbee to them to initiate play. You can decide pull by flipping a disc and calling up or down, similar to heads or tails, or you can play a whole bunch of different pull games, which can get pretty exciting. Basic rules are you need to have at least 2 people on a team. You can have up to 7. You have to keep passing to get to an end zone. As soon as the disc hits the ground, it's a turnover. Ground is defined by a blade of grass. And physical contact, whether it's intentional or unintentional, is not allowed.
In 2003, a group of friends started playing Ultimate Frisbee every Friday at 3:30 at the college at Brockport. In 2006, the Brockport Chupacabras Ultimate Frisbee team was born.
With Frisbee, it's kind of like everyone's a little different. And it's weird to say, but it's kind of like it has a niche for people who like to be competitive and like sports but aren't quite the jocks.
The 2 founding members of the Brockport Chupacabras were Jed Twitchell and Trevor Burt. In the spring of 2008, the Brockport Chupacabras had their first home Frisbee tournament named the First Annual Centennial Don't Break Your Meniscus Discus Classic.
Some tournaments are one day, and then it's typically you have 2 or 3 games, so then you can seed into an actual tournament, and then it'll be single elimination from there. Other tournaments can be 2 days, and then day 1 would be all towards seeding for the second day, which is a single elimination tournament.
One of the key aspects to the game of Ultimate Frisbee is the self-officiating. This gives the players on the field the opportunity to keep the game in check and to make sure that it is being played correctly. There are, however, often discrepancies in some of the calls.
Up in the higher leagues, when it gets to the point where there's actually stuff to win and lose, they have observers who they make a final decision on a call if it can't come to an agreement.
This idea of self-officiating, the relaxed and fun attitude, along with the stereotypes that come with the sport, hinder its growth and ability to gain real recognition.
If they want it to be big, then they have to actually have refs so people wouldn't be ashamed to sponsor it. There's also the whole idea of everyone thinks it's a greeny sport, which a lot of hippies play, or people who smoke marijuana, which isn't the case.
This negative connotation towards the sport not only decreases its chances of spreading, but it also tends to keep the number of spectators rather low. Usually, the only people who will show up to watch a Frisbee tournament are friends and family of those playing.
Basically, the only way you can change someone's opinion about it is to actually come and watch, because with all the intricate rules and the whole self-reffing thing, sometimes it sounds like it isn't very intense, but if you watch a game, you'll see it is. Our team is recruiting, and you should join it.